ask you about your best scouting memory during your time, basically 20 years in this business. So I think you're a well-seasoned vet in this industry. So what would you say is your best scouting memory?
Well, I'd say my best scouting memory for me. So remember now, I came up as just a media guy who really enjoyed going from college and pro football stuff into draft. So I was doing college football, pro football, and draft. So that's initially how I started. And then I was one of the early draftniks, I guess you could call it, from the early 2000s, as I was really doing a lot of that kind of stuff, watching what Mel Kiper had to say, reading Joel Bushbaum, reading Pro Football Weekly, and a lot of the stuff that Nolan Naraki, when he started writing, the things he would say. And but so I just kept coming up and coming up and coming up doing that. When Twitter hit, I met new people that had the same interests as me, and I think for me, my best memory had to be when I was hired by NFL.com and NFL Media. The first time I was at Tampa Bay for the East-West Shrine game, staying in being flown out there, staying in a hotel on the water there in Tampa, and then I guess about a month and a half later, flying to Indianapolis for my first inside combine, my first time actually inside the building, and posting up on the field with me and Solomon Wilcots and Mark Istook, and across the way was Money Smith and Bucky Brooks. And here I am literally I've got 3 brand new suits, four brand new suits. I had to buy brand new suits for TV. And I'm like, man, I can't believe this is happening. I'm sitting on the turf at a set, and I'm giving analysis of all these players that I'd already watched and written up scouting reports on them. So, and then from there, doing the actual draft, because I gave analysis on every single pick in 2015. Like, I stayed up there doing what Mike Mayock was doing. I was doing it on the digital side, and I could remember every single player. Like, every player that got drafted, I knew him like that. Like, I can't do it now, but at that time I could. So it was kind of crazy, the whole process of being able to kind of be in the room where it happened, so to speak, at the East West, then at the Senior Bowl, which I'd been to the Senior Bowl, but still, it just hit different when you're with a big entity like NFL. And then having people who are other draftniks on Twitter, it was like they were really excited for me because I was one of them, and I was doing something that we all wanted to do, and I was a guy that got the chance, and there were people that were really happy for me, and being able to kind of represent those guys who are out there grinding and doing what I was doing, which is just hustling on the side and doing something we loved. And so I've always, I'm getting more separated from that. And there's younger people coming in to Twitter and draftniks every day who don't realize it. I came from the same place that they're coming from. I just hustled, and I had my own website, and I did all that stuff. And I just, through hustling and doing the same thing you do, Jordan, which is going and making introductions and things like that, eventually all that preparation, and I had a tremendous amount of preparation. I'm doing the work, I'm putting the work in too before I got my opportunity. But when it eventually hits, man, it's a good feeling.